Oof, God, that's bright. boo-boos. Come on in. There you go. Go to your bed. Go Pilates. Test. Testing. Shit. Testing. Testing. Fucking Christ. Testing. Test. Oh. Jesus fuck. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, I think I'm unmuted now.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Why is it so dark in here? Oh, I know. I know why.
You getting senile already?
We didn't have that light on.
Larry, how old are you again? Are you 90?
That's really weird. I know I'm a dark kind of person,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know why it looks so dark. Do I look dark to you?
Yeah, it looks very dark in that room.
I'm a pretty dark guy. I could actually bring my microphone down really close.
Oh, what?
And
There you go. Whatever you're doing right now, it made it dark or made it lighter.
really dark.
Yeah. See, that's what you need to be doing. Oh, I like the
That's
sound of my
really
voice.
weird that well, I don't know what light that microphone was hitting, but
Is it possible that it's affecting your camera? It's causing it to focus because there's a focus assist where it'll actually add light to the screen on Zoom.
you know, no, is that in my camera or in Zoom?
That's in Zoom and act.
Well, let's see. Maybe it must be Zoom. I'm going to get a new. Did I lose you?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hold on. Where'd you go? There. This must be you. There we go. So it must be in preferences, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get a new webcam. I think this is a shitty webcam.
What kind do you have?
I don't. It's a Logitech. I don't know.
Oh,
It's a low end. I got it. I don't know 4 or 5 years ago, just for Skypes that I used to do back here in my studio. But now with some of the other high end, uh, really high resolution audio sharing programs, um, I think I need a new.
I got a Logitech.
Uh,
I'm trying to.
so what do you? Where do I go? Like video? Is that where it might?
Yeah. So let me pull up mine as well. It's
Hang on here. I can't hear you.
Can you
There.
hear me?
Now I can. Yeah, I had the volume on my monitor way down. Turn
Okay.
off my. I don't see it, but
Here,
it doesn't
watch
matter.
this.
We won't take up a bunch of time.
Oh, cancel. I'm gonna share the
I
screen.
wonder what's this.
Watch this. I can. Damn.
Anyway,
I'm trying to share the screen so then you can kind of watch me.
hang on 1 second. Okay, well, I'll let you do that.
Oh, there it is. So I'll do that.
Oh, too. I normally have. I don't. I normally have my Magic uh, panel light, but it's in my edit
There.
console.
Can you see this?
Yes,
Okay. So you want to go
advanced.
here to video and what the fuck? I think I went too far. Let me back up. It's so here it is right here. You have adjust for low light.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
It
know,
should be on auto.
let me see where I'm at so I can get. All right, I need to get you smaller. How do I make you smaller? View options. There we go. You're smaller now. Took care of that, but there's what I wanted. I didn't really have to make you smaller if I was paying attention. But I did. Do you feel smaller?
I do actually. I've been working out like every day and night.
You should be feeling bigger.
Yes. Well, I feel leaner and dense.
Leaner. Well, leaner is a good way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Is that under advanced?
No. So it's under, if you just go to video,
Yeah.
and it'll show your camera you're using, and then you just scroll down. It says my video, touch up my appearance, adjust for low light.
Okay, I got touch up my appearance selected,
What
and
about?
I don't have I wonder if I need to update this video.
Oh shit. Then that.
Or maybe because you're a host, you get that and I don't.
Well, I'm using also a webcam, the Logitech B910.
Oh, the 910 is a nice one, though. I think that's much nicer than mine.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I have like it's like a 120. I don't know what it is, but it was like $29 several years ago.
Yeah, this one wasn't too bad. It was like around $100.
Yeah,
And
so I was looking at a couple that are right around $100. Uh, and there's just but like I said, here the other thing, watch this. I'll be right back. You can keep talking.
yeah, do your thing. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Orders.
So I'm back. I know
Oh,
I'm
nice.
excited about that. But I normally have this little puppy turned on. See if it makes any difference. It doesn't really make much difference what I'm seeing. Usually, oh, that's because I have it over here. I obviously, as you can tell, was not real prepared. Although it's pretty side lit. I don't know what's going on.
My toxic behavior is rubbing off on you. Larry, I do apologize.
Hey, that's okay. I'm pretty used to toxicity. It's just not. I don't know what's going on. Why it's so dark in here? Oh,
Yeah,
I
this.
know why.
Why?
Watch what happens now. What an imbecile! I'll tell you.
Oh, snap. What the hell?
There was too much light coming in from behind me. I had my door open, and it's very close to my window outside of the studio, which is a window to my bedroom that generally I keep that wide open because when I take off all my clothes and I dance for the neighborhood.
Yes.
And I have a bucket that they put the tips in. It's kind of the COVID friendly way. So they don't have to touch my G string, like to put the dollar bills in.
Uh-huh.
Most of them put 20 and hundreds, obviously.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, is my volume level good?
Yeah, you sound good.
Birthday.
It's your birthday?
No, you'll know it's my birthday. No, that's a song, I think. I Know It's Your Birthday by the Beatles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Listen to this.
That shows that's how old you are. Larry, you didn't tell me. Wait, are you 89 or 90?
I'll be 93 come next.
Holy shit.
Almost.
For 93 years old, I mean, damn.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm only 32. These are hard fucking miles.
Wow.
Now it's put up wet once or twice. Rode hard and put up wet.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Can you see okay? For being
the monitor so I can see what's going on here. But
like in general, like how's your body? How's your sight? For being 93, I've seen people that were like almost like dead, but you look like the opposite.
Well, now too, I'm not 93 yet. So I'm 20/20, but my farsightedness, I need obviously readers when I do close-up work.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pair of computer glasses that I use when I edit. But my distance vision is great. It's just as you get old and either you need longer arms or, readers.
Yeah. So Larry, I was really thinking it's going to be a tough thing like when you pass, because I feel like when I'm at your funeral, they're going to expect me to talk, and
I would expect so. Yeah,
yeah,
I've got you as one of the 5 eulogists. Yeah, but you'll be on the stage. There will be actually 2 former presidents with you, which will be pretty cool.
hell yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Um, None of them presidents of the United States, but presidents of various things and countries.
And wait, I'm echoing. Why am I echoing? That's weird.
Your sound is, or you're saying everything I say kind of echoing?
My sound is echoing. What the fuck is it saying?
Oh,
Is my video being shared with you?
no. I'm now looking at
Oh wow!
your transformation station logo.
It just turned off on
Right
me.
background. There
Oh,
you go.
oh, there it goes. That was weird.
You still have an echo on your end.
Testing. Hello, hello, hello. It's very slight. Yep, there it comes. Why is it doing that?
It has something to do with your DAW probably, and a setting you got there.
Test.
Well,
Hello,
no,
hello.
I mean, what you're experiencing is some latency.
Go on.
You're hearing some latency if you're hearing an echo of yourself.
So then, how do I adjust that?
Well, I don't know what DAW do you use, or are you feeding into a DAW or straight into Zoom?
Straight into Zoom. It's US. Whoa, shit. It's a USB mic.
Yeah,
No.
but okay. So there's either a monitor setting on your USB mic, or you go to the audio in Zoom. There may be a setting that you must have inadvertently changed.
Okay, I'm gonna jump on the control panel first, and I'll work my way in.
The control panel. Are you on a Windows machine?
Yes,
PC?
that's correct.
That's part of the problem.
Hello. You have Apple, Mac?
Mac, yeah, I've been a Mac guy for many, many years.
See, I never knew like how. Like I didn't like it because it was pretty much backwards. Fuck.
It's not backwards. It's just you don't need the back end because there's never any shit you have to do. No, I mean it's true. It's the few times I want to get to the back end, it's really hard to get there because you don't need to get there. I mean that's why creative people use Macs because there's no fucking drivers. Everything works. You plug it in, boom. Um, you know, you don't have to be behind the scenes.
Test. Hello, hello. Yeah.
I mean, you sound fine here. I don't, like I said, there's something going in on your side. Let me put my headphones just make sure that you sound fine because I have my monitor down so you don't get any feedback. Talk to me.
Hey, Larry. How are you doing today?
You sound
What
perfect.
the fuck? Okay.
It's like I said, it's a latency monitor setting issue on your end.
So then it would be Zoom.
Well, it's either Zoom or again, as long as you know for a fact that you're not, you don't have a digital audio workstation up. Do you have a digital audio workstation that you use when you're not in Zoom to record stuff?
Yes.
What do you record in?
Adobe.
Adobe Audition.
Yeah. What the fuck? My
And
thing's
are you sure you're not in Adobe Audition at all?
Yeah. Let me see what's going on because it's like, I don't know if you can hear it going on in the background, but
I hear some beeps.
yeah, it's like my USB is going haywire right now.
Well,
it's like going on, it's going off. I'm like, what the fuck is
well, yeah.
happening?
Now I hear a little echo. It sounds like you're further away from your microphone than normal. I don't know if you are. It's those settings that are.
It's definitely
getting you all hung up.
Yeah, it's doing something weird. Let's see, running apps.
It's like whatever do you have a processing chain?
Mine's an MSI.
I don't know what MSI is.
It's like a really high-tech gaming computer.
Oh, you're talking about your computer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was talking about by way of Adobe Audition, if in fact that's on, if that application is on and open, you might want to check its uh, settings, like your monitor.
Yeah, so I'm checking all my apps. I'm seeing what's like actually being running right now.
Right. Is Adobe Audition running?
Um, Definitely no. No, I have Creative Cloud on. That's running. That's high
I'm not
right
sure what
now.
that is. What is Creative Cloud?
It's a attachment of Adobe.
Oh yeah, that's part of it. Okay, so then you're running because two. Do you own Adobe or do you subscribe to it?
Subscribe.
Yeah. Okay. So it may be on in the background if Creative Cloud is.
Yeah.
Obviously, some Adobe shit is running right now, um,
Okay.
and I just think you inadvertently uh, maybe did a keystroke that changed one of the settings on your auto monitoring, not your video monitoring.
Okay. That would make
And
sense.
that's what causes that echo. It's called latency,
Mm,
and it's just a slight delay for you
okay.
to get back what's coming through Creative Cloud into Zoom and then back to you. And could be Zoom, like when you were sharing your screen, uh,
Oh shit.
you might have inadvertently touched uh, something on the audio end. I don't know what it could be
Okay.
because I just don't know. Use separate audio. No, that's not it. I don't know. Uh, and you don't have any speakers on.
Yeah. The speakers were on. I'm trying to fucking turn those off
Yeah,
too.
turn those off, and then as long as you got your headphones on, I mean that could be another
Hello,
source.
hello, hello.
You sound almost like you normally do. But like I said, you normally sound
Hello, hello. All right, now that stopped.
okay. I think
The speakers.
yeah, the speakers definitely would have.
Testing, testing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your transformation station. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, that's better. It's still not your normal processing chain is not on.
Meaning like
Audio.
my oh no, it's coming back. There. Test test. Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, generally you sound a lot more, somewhat more um, fat. Deep,
Mm, okay.
warm.
Okay. So let me go back to this really quick. Let me go back here.
Oh man, I didn't dress up. Well, we don't always. You don't display video. I don't think. Do you?
Yeah, some of them I do.
Okay.
I've done some videos, but you look good. I mean, maybe that's what you need to be rocking. I mean, you can get away with it. You're 90 years old.
Well, 93.
93. You're 90.
Coming up to 93.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not yet. That'll be one of my future birthdays. But I'm thinking I won't make it that long.
When is your birthday, Larry?
February 3rd.
Oh,
And
snap.
hopefully you received my birthday list. I don't expect you to get everything that's on the top 10,
Mm-hmm.
but the little red Porsche 911, I'm
Yeah.
thinking you could pop for.
Yeah, I can totally do that for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm going to just keep it at my name so when you.
That's fine. I just want to drive it. I don't care if I own it or not, but I want, 24/7 access to it until I die and garage it over here.
That would be, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care who's on the fucking title. Whoever's on the title's got to carry the insurance.
Exactly.
So I don't care and pay property tax and that kind of stuff.
Here, let's turn that up. So use separate audio device to play ringtones. That doesn't need to be on.
Mm-mm.
Automatically adjust microphone volume?
Should be
No.
off. Don't have it automatically adjust. Set your own level.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I
Is that
can't-
better?
you-
Testing, testing.
There you go. Now you're back. I hear a little bit of the noise room, but the noise floor. But
Yeah.
like
How does that sound now?
you're probably clipping or coming close to it, but you're almost there.
Yeah, I'm definitely clipping now.
You're too loud.
Okay. Let me. It says suppress background noise. I'm gonna turn it back to auto.
No, don't turn that. Just leave it. Don't automatically adjust your mic level, but do suppress your background noise.
Okay, should I have that at high or low?
Your suppression.
Yeah.
Try low.
Okay, it's on low right now.
Okay, try high.
Oh, it says suppress background noise at high. Download the audio enhancement
Okay,
package.
yeah, forget it. Forget it. Don't. I mean, I don't know what that is, but
Ooh.
you might try it on your own if it's free.
Oh no, yeah, it is free. It just did it. It was like a quick download. Can you hear it now?
I still hear a fan. It's probably your computer fan if your computer's in your room.
Yeah. So now it's on performance mode. I can shut that off to put it on a meeting, and then I'll turn everything down.
Okay.
Automatically join.
I've never heard your fan before.
So then
your noise floor is always very, very quiet.
Yeah, something's weird with this.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, your voice came back to almost as it normally sounds to me through your some processing channel.
Here we go. I'm gonna turn it there. Now the fan should shut down. But now I do definitely feel like I'm clipping.
Yeah, you might turn the volume down a little bit more.
All right. Can you hear me now?
There you go. All right, now your fan turned off.
Okay, how do I sound right now?
You sound okay, just a little quiet.
All right, let me turn it up to here. Can you hear me now? Test, test, test.
Yeah. You just normally come through a lot better.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. All right, what about now?
Give me talk to me a little bit.
Sure. I'm adjusting my gain on my microphone. Does this sound better? Sound worse?
Yeah. Do you have? Is there a like a low filter or a high cut on your microphone or somewhere? You've just lost a lot of your warmth and bass.
Hello, 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 hello.
I mean, you're okay, but it's not like you. I think you have a processing chain or a preset or a rack that's set up so that you sound all deep and.
Oh, echo cancellation is on auto or aggressive.
Yeah, I don't even know what that stuff is. Is that on Zoom?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any of that on Zoom.
Use disable echo cancellation. That's enabled. See, high fidelity music mode.
I don't know. Click it, see what happens.
Yeah, it says it will increase your CPU, but it's best for. I'm gonna turn that off and use stereo audio. Let's turn that on.
You don't need stereo. I mean, you don't have stereo. You can't make stereo.
Okay, how does that
sound? You got one mic.
God, stop calling me. Somehow the people got my phone number, and I've been getting marketing.
Oh, God,
like crazy! It's like nonstop from Kansas.
Don't you feel like because you have a Kansas zip code or area code?
Mm-hmm.
So they make that you sound like, oh my God, somebody's calling me from home. Yeah. Well, don't they understand people fucking move? I mean, I moved from Arizona 6 years ago and still have, 480 zip code. So all the marketing shit comes through as 480 and 602. Everybody that I know in Arizona comes through, with their name identifier. I don't see their phone number. I don't know what my daughter's phone number is, for crying out loud. But yeah, the robo dialers, they just say, okay, area code 480, start dialing a million numbers. And, no, I mean, that's what happens. And they, play the recording if somebody answers, I really think we should have capital punishment for robo dial marketing people.
God, yeah.
They're caught. I really do. They serve no value to humanity. And most of them are people with Pakistani accents. No offense to Pakistanis, but those that are involved with, robo-dial
testing
scams should be executed summarily. I mean, not tortured or anything, just taken out back and shot, a bullet to their head, bury them in a mass grave. take the gold out of their teeth and shit like that, like they did to the Jews before they, buried them.
Yes.
But I, do you know anybody that really likes robodialer marketing people?
I used to enjoy it because I would go crazy on them. Just it'd
Me
be
too, but I don't have time to do it.
yeah. It's like at this point, I just can't. I I honestly, I get these calls like 7 times a day from
Yeah,
Canada.
I can show you my call log.
I've had 2 calls already within the last 5 minutes.
In the federal government, and you can keep blocking the calls, but the robodialer just keeps generating new call from numbers to you. And then what they do is a lot of the numbers that they show on the caller ID, those are people's real numbers. Because like you'll every now and then get somebody to call you and say, "You keep calling me. Why do you keep calling me?" And you never leave a message. You hang up. I go, "I don't call you, dude. It's a robodialer that stole my phone number." Anyway,
I just don't get how you get rid of it.
you can't. You can block. Your phone allows you to block that call that just came in. But
Mhm.
again, they randomize and call you again. And it may not be the same robodialer company, but once your phone number is out there, um, you
You're
just have to deal with it. The federal government, the FCC, the Federal Trade Commission, all of those people that would have regulatory authority over these people, they tell you, well, you go ahead and file a complaint, but do recognize, and the Attorney General do recognize there's nothing we can do for it. They
Yes.
can't trace it back to the IP, address that's actually
No.
doing it. You're all weird. You're all warbled.
All right,
Yeah.
how about now?
Uh, I can hear you, but like I said, you don't sound like you normally do.
Okay. How do I sound right now?
That's better. Again, it's not
Okay. I'm
the
gonna
settings you use when we're normally talking.
yes.
It's a good rack or preset, whatever you want to call it, processing chain that I'm pretty sure might be through your Adobe Audition.
Yeah. But it just doesn't make any sense because it's
You're
shut down.
distorted.
Fuck. Like I don't know why it's doing this. All right. How do I sound right now?
I mean, I think that's pretty clean so that when you edit, you can put the processing stack back in with Adobe Audition.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I really care. As long as we can just you
Yeah,
can
so
hear me.
there you go. Yeah, I mean, this is not what you normally sound like, but like I said, in editing, post-production, you can put your processing chain back on. You don't have to have it front end. It sounds nice. You sound, really nice with it.
See, I'm trying to think if I might. Yeah, well, fuck it. All right. I think that should do it for messing around with it.
That sounds good. You might not have just been close enough.
Yes. Test, test, test.
But it sounds pretty good. I mean, much better than when we started, you were there. And then something after you shared the screen with me is I think when it went haywire.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's my imagination or
It's just
like in the song, just my imagination. I'm not going to sing for you though, because
hello.
you would have to pay royalties and stuff.
Motherfucker, it's given it to me again. Hang on. Let me pull this out. Let me see what happens. Testing, testing.
It's a little echoey on this end.
Yeah, it's I don't get what happened. I did nothing to this thing.
That doesn't sound too bad where you're at now, but
Okay. Well, I can fuck with this all day and then we don't get anything in.
it's true. But you'll probably at some point discover what went haywire.
Yes, and then I won't be able to even tell you about it until next time and by that time I've already fucking forgotten the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't ever let it fucking happen again. I mean, it's that easy.
I will do my very best.
I
So
probably never told you about when I was a little bitty baby in the land of cotton.
no, I would like to hear that.
Yeah, well, you can't pick much cotton when the cotton balls go rotten. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, hot dog.
Hot diggity dog.
Yes. I like what you picked up. First off, I wanted to tell you, I don't know if you generated like a perfect like heading, but like character and truth, its place in our lives. I don't know. I thought that was like spot.
It is. It really is. And especially for today. But forever that's pretty important. In a day, in the environment that we're living in and we've lived through for the last 4 years, it's paramount.
Because I was going into it. I was going into it, and motherfucker. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Are you getting feedback or delay or?
Yeah, I'm getting huge feedback every time I
Yeah.
talk.
So it has to do with it's a loop back in your audio.
Okay.
And it's like I said, generally it's just like it's real simple. It's not obvious as to what's going on, but it's just a check mark more than likely.
A check mark.
Well, clicking a box
Yes.
that unclicked.
I know what you're talking about now.
And like I said, those are simple to fix. It's just not obvious what it is.
Here, let me share this. I want to see what your
Yeah.
opinion is. Let's go here. Okay. So if I go to just
Let me get my readers.
oh, we don't need that. Sound.
It would probably help if I clean these glasses.
Yeah, I can't make it bigger. Testing, test.
So is this a Windows dialog box you have open?
That's correct.
Okay. So,
here's the playback. I can hear playback. It will bleed through. It's not doing it now. Like every now and then, like yeah, it just came through, and I can see where this is me coming through, and it is coming through very softly because I'm like up close, talking high, and it's barely even rising. So if I click on this, use this device, listen. I don't. I'm afraid to click this because I feel like I get echo.
Say listen to this device. Yeah, go ahead and click that.
Hello.
Yeah, it's good on this end. I don't know what it's like there.
Oh, it's huge back on me. I can hear everything I'm saying.
Okay, so then click it off. That's not right. Okay, hang on before you change. Let me just read this, what it says at the top. You can listen to a practice music, what does it say? Portable music player or other device through this microphone, whatever. If you connect a microphone, you may hear feedback, okay, which is what we do. So your headphones are plugged into your microphone, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So then, and I don't, is that a Yeti? What kind of microphone do you have?
This is an Audio Technica.
Okay. What model?
2010,
Okay. Okay. And so the controls you have on it, tell me about the knobs or switches.
So there's two switches or knobs, I should say. One has his
One's your gain.
that's correct.
Okay.
One says monitor, and then
that's the monitor is the one you need.
Okay. So if I turn it all the way to the left, it goes microphone, and now I can hear myself. I don't know.
And there should be no echo
because it's full microphone and I can't hear anything but myself.
Oh, you're saying you can't. Your monitoring's totally off.
So what does that mean?
Okay, so now turn it the opposite way slowly and keep talking as you're turning it so you can hear yourself. Say bippity bumpity rippity rumpity over and over.
Bibbity bumpity opity bobbity bob bob bob.
And are you turning the knob?
I'm turning it all the way to the right as I go slowly. I don't know if you can still hear me, but now, and I'm still turning it. I can't hear myself.
Still?
No, I don't hear myself in my headphones, but you are coming in clear.
Okay, so that monitor then is working my end, and it should blend the two somewhere, like maybe at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
If all the way to the left is, I don't know,
That makes
7 o'clock. If you go all the way to the right, that's maybe 5 o'clock, so go right about noon.
all
And do
right.
you hear both of us in your headphones now?
Turning it.
I mean, bippity, bumpity, rippity, rumpity. Do you hear me?
Boopity boppity bippity boppity boop. Boopida bop 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 ba ba ba.
You hear yourself do that?
I hear myself just about right now.
About me? Do you hear me? Bippity, bumpity, rippity, rumpity, bippity, boppity, boo.
Yeah, so that's where I turn the volume up
What
on
did I do?
the other knob where it controls the headphone volume.
Uh, the the mixer part or the gain part?
No, it just controls the volume of the headphones.
Right. Okay. So okay, your monitor. I mean, that's the monitor.
Okay, yeah, I guess this is new shit to me. I haven't had a
Well,
chance.
so yeah. So think about this. They call it okay to monitor yourself by way of audio.
Mm-hmm.
Is there's a couple different ways you can monitor yourself. One is you not necessarily with USB mic, but like with my arrangement, I can monitor myself so I can hear what it sounds like when it comes out of my DAW, which would be the
Mm-hmm.
Adobe Audition / Zoom audio uh, software that you're using right now.
Yeah.
Or you can or you can monitor yourself going directly into the computer before it hits any software.
Yes.
Okay. And so that's, I think with the USB mic, the mic itself, because you don't have an audio interface, you do have an audio interface. It's just not separate. It's built into the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can control it with those two knobs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are there any other switches or knobs on your microphone?
No, just the it just says mic on one side and comm on the other side, and then a volume for headphones on that's it. So
It says mic, what, COM, COM?
yeah,
Is that a separate switch or that's just one side of the?
that's one side. So that's on the right,
I
and
got,
yeah,
is that on the same switch as the gain or the same or the monitor?
the gain. It definitely is the gain.
Okay. Okay. And then the other knob again, one more time, what is it labeled?
Uh,
Headphones?
yeah, it just has a picture of headphones.
Gotcha. Okay.
Test, test, test.
I mean, you sound okay. You're not clipping, which is good because, like I said, in post production, you can add any effects or process to your, well, to both our voices. And it's coming through clean. I just don't know if it's still echoing it, if it
Hello,
never
hello.
echoed before.
Yeah. Now I'm just hearing myself talk, and there it goes. How do I sound now?
You sound good. You sound good.
Okay. I'm gonna just leave it right there, not fuck with it.
Yeah, there's your levels. Yeah, I just saw that it was, uh,
Yeah, this thing's is just a bunch of nonsense. I don't know what the hell's going on with it.
well, yeah, two, I think one of the things I'd like to see you, invest in when the time's appropriate, it's about $100 for an interface.
I have one.
Okay, did we talk about that? What kind of interface is it? What is it?
It's a it's a good one. It's the red one.
Oh, Scarlett?
Yes.
Okay. And do you and do you have an XLR microphone?
Yes.
And what is that?
It's the exact same microphone I have here.
I want you to learn to use that, and I'm happy to walk you through it, not today, but, um, the number one, you'll have
Testing,
a lot
testing.
more control using the interface in an XLR
Shit.
mic.
Hold on.
Plus, it's more professional. You can sell your
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah. I never stopped hearing. But anyway, what I'm telling you is if you first of all, you spend a couple $100 on those two pieces of equipment between the microphone, the XLR microphone, and the
Larry, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I lost you.
So It's a setting you're messing with because nothing's changed on this end.
Let me see if I just put that. Oh, let me try that as default. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh, shit. This never happens. This fucking thing. So if I put you on this. Testing. What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
I just closed it out and now I lose you.
Well, so it's a.
Okay. So all about software MID synthesizer. I don't know what that means. It doesn't do anything.
No.
Headphones. Let's do that as yeah. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't even hear it.
Oh, did you mute me? I wonder in Zoom. Did you mute me in Zoom? Oh, you got your
hello.
Am I mute? Did you mute me? Can you hear me?
Really? What the fuck just happened? Let me see. Manage your microphone on this device. Microphone access to this device is on. Allow apps to access your microphone.
Yeah, I mean, your microphone's working. I can hear you.
Oh, shit. Go back to Zoom, see if that fucks something up. I'm going to stop sharing this.
Yeah, stop sharing. Participants.
Oh, there you go. You just came back all of a sudden.
All right. Well, it's something you just pushed.
I just pushed Zoom. I turned on, went right to the audio, and then it kicked on before I can even touch anything.
So I think when you were, I don't know, when you were inside of your audio shit there with Windows,
yeah,
something was weird, or you know, how this is routed on your system, I don't know.
Yeah.
But now you actually sound fine. I don't know if there's any echo left on your end. But
no, it just stopped.
Okay, cool. A lot of that has to do with my psychic powers. I was just tired of like putting you through this, so it is like a fucking prank.
Yeah, now it sounds fucking perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're as perfect as you can be. Nobody's as perfect as me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift. Do you hear me? All right.
Well, that took like what, an hour?
Almost. Yeah. I mean, that's what, you know, technical shit can take us down rabbit holes we never want to be down.
No, so the information that you gave me as far as character and the truth and the place it all lies within us, I had to come to a definition of character.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to go to a dictionary and just put in character and pull that out. So it's something I actually sat on and tried to come up with on my own. And what I came up with is character is a relationship between being and an individual's reflection over his or her assumed self.
I like it. And I bet that's real similar to what Daniel said in different words.
Who the fuck's Daniel?
Daniel Webster. The dictionary, the fucking dictionary.
No.
Or so many people use, you know, who knows? But that's really hitting it. Hang on one second here. Shit. I'm sorry.
Good.
Let me respond to this.
We got a whole bunch of nonsense coming through.
No, we do. And what I'm going to do actually is let me just let him know. He moved this recording session up. So I got about 15 minutes.
Oh, snap.
Hang on here. Let me just let him know that I'm going to be late. 15 minutes is still polite.
Mm-hmm.
I can. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. Okay. I can do at at 12:20 finishing another. So what I was going to say, what I'm going to do is get an app like that Calendarly, where I can block out my schedule, and then like he wants to move the schedule, so I can tell my people you can go on and move schedule, reschedule, whatever.
Yeah.
They would see right now is blocked, so they would know that I'm not available at noon.
Mm-hmm.
Because I blocked it till 12:30. But they have some issues they're trying to rearrange. So, uh,
I have that app set up on my end, Calendarly.
yeah.
Then
Do you use it? I mean, do you like when people want to schedule something, you just send them there and pick an open time and then that works?
hell yeah.
Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So, what I was actually going to do um, until that happened, and I can still do it, is I was just curious, and I don't know if you ever did actually plug in and see what how the dictionary defines. But I think you hit it, regardless of how close it is word wise. The message is there. So let's plug in character just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, one thing that I hate about the dictionaries is you have to spell it right, and if you don't know how to spell it, how can you look it up?
Exactly. It's not like Google or it'll automatically self-correct itself for you.
Yeah, generally when you don't want it to, it'll self-correct. Okay, so look at this. It's the aggregate of features and traits that form the individual nature of some person or thing. I mean, but you said it way more, way more correctly. One such feature or trait, moral or ethical quality, a man of fine, honorable character, is not Donald Trump. It might not have said all of that. I don't know. Uh, of course, yeah. So no, that was beautiful, and that's what character's all about, and that's what the world has lacked so much of these last 4 years at the highest levels of world leadership. Not pointing the finger at anybody except Donald Trump. Um,
So if we were to compare and contrast character and truth, we we really, I mean, we can do that, but it kind of goes hand in hand on a very deep level. As far as what I can come to my understanding is how we act under pressure and how we act in a societal basis is completely different. Meaning, the way I want to be portrayed towards somebody, I would act this way, nice, calm, and relaxed. But if I'm facing an altercation or a situation, I tend to fall back on my emotions that are affected. Usually I'll project or I won't do as I say I would say. Does that make any sense?
it makes perfect sense. Yeah, and what I believe is that that's not part of your character. I mean, that's your behavior based on what's happening to you right now and your response to that. Your character remains unchanged. I mean, your character, I believe this is just what Larry believes. I believe your character is built in and it's the foundation for everything you do, say, think, or feel. So when you're right now, we're talking, there's nothing threatening going on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and you've got this calm demeanor. However, if you step outside and you see two people coming aggressively towards you, and they both have weapons in their hand of one sort or the other, your character doesn't change. Greg is still the same guy inside. Your thoughts, your ethics, your moral stance remains the same, but now you've got this pressure, external pressure in this example, and you're acutely aware of what's going on and that you're going to have to fucking defend yourself. You don't even know who these people are, why they're coming at you, but you have to defend yourself. Now, some of your behavior that you're going to exhibit at that moment is character based. I know it's not right for me to kill somebody unless I'm defending myself. That makes sense. And those are nano split seconds. I mean, you don't have to sit and contemplate. Your character's built in. All your adrenal glands are kind of hardwired, and you're going to make these decisions. What should I do? Do I turn around and run? No, I got to save these people from the neighborhood, because God knows if I run and let them loose. So I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with these guys.
So what I'm referring to would probably take the stance of self-assertion. If I were to say symbolic interaction with understanding I and the me, I believe that's the hell is that dude's name with psychology? Mead's understanding.
Your like alter ego, is that what?
Yes. Yes,
I mean, is that the me you're talking about?
that's correct. And the me represents what society would see me as, and then the I would be the things I would do alone. And where I'm looking at the truth in the character, I'm looking at how we act underneath pressure. For example, say there's a burning building, and I were say I'll give you $100 to go run in there to go save somebody. You're like, hell no, I'm good. I'm gonna call 911. But let's say one of your loved ones is up there. I feel like I don't even need to tell you, here's $100 to go save them. I feel like you're going to be ready running across the street up into that burning building.
Well, I don't really disagree with it as much as I believe those decisions aren't necessarily based in character. Um, the I agree with you that we behave differently when we're under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not so much. I guess that's part of character, but part of character, I believe, is integrity.
Yes.
Okay, so when you're under pressure, um, you're still going to maintain your integrity. You may demonstrate integrity differently based on external and internal pressures, but you're still going to have integrity. You're still going to have character intact. You are still going to be truthful. You might exhibit marketing puffery. There could be hyperbole, but it's still going to be fact, truth, character, integrity based stuff you do and say, regardless of what's going on outside of you and around you. If you've got character, that's what makes you behave the way you do.
Based off our principles on what
Yeah.
we define as our as what we say goes or doesn't goes and what we will do. But what I find hard to understand is I feel like that's a situational, it's affected by the situation because I don't steal. However, if I'm starving, my family's starving, and I don't have any money, I'm I'm probably gonna go try to steal something to get them fed.
You are, and again, there you see your character comes into play. Your character comes into play. Well, I don't have to steal anything today. I've got food. I got my shelter. You know, should I steal Larry's red Porsche for his birthday? No, I can afford it. I'll buy it. No, but okay. Then all of a sudden, pressures change. You have no money. You have no food in the cupboard, if you will. Your family's hungry. You're hungry. You got to go provide for yourself. And in doing so, you're going to run into the store and grab a banana and a loaf of bread and run out. You're not going to go in with a AK-47 and spray bullets all over and take whatever you can. No, but that's the difference in character. Because your character says, in fact, I know it's really not right to steal, but my family's got to eat. I'm not going to let them suffer. I mean, that's all part of character, taking care of your family and not hurting anybody else in doing so. Yeah, if you stole, did you hurt the store owner? Maybe, if you went to the store owner, if we didn't have pride, which is part of our character, which is, I guess, a sin according to some people. But if we didn't have pride, if we didn't have an ego, maybe we'd go to the store owner, the proprietor, and say, dude, I lost my job 4 months ago. I'm out of money. My babies are hungry. Can you help me out? And he's most people, their character is based on kindness and empathy. You just don't go to the White House and expect any. But most people, they have that. Yeah, dude, take some bread and take a chicken. I mean,
But
I,
what you're saying, I feel like, is now we've went even deeper past character and we are looking at ethics or morals.
well, yeah, but and I feel that ethics and morals are part of what builds your character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, people. Here's what I believe: people without ethics and morals have no character. Now, you can have ethics that say go out and screw everybody today, out of $5, like the robo-dialer people.
Yeah.
They have character. It's bad, you know. It's it's negative character,
Mm-hmm.
Um, they some might say their morals are low or they have no morals because they're okay with screwing people out of $5. Um, and I just think all of those things we're talking about, ethics, morals, truth, um, this is what builds one's character. These are the things that generally, by the time people are, there's big debates, but 5 or 7 years old, 10
Mm-hmm.
years old at the oldest. Some
Mm-hmm.
people say it happens as early as 5 years old. Your parents, whoever's bringing you up, has instilled you with all of your values. And those aren't going to change unless there's some traumatic event that happens to you in life. Those
Yes.
values that were established when you were a child, a young child, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Mm-hmm.
they won't go anywhere unless there's a traumatic event.
That, and I see what you're touching on as far as our social upbringing and how we were raised by our parents in uh, passing down their own beliefs, their own understanding, and then we kind of are stuck in our ways until we reach a certain point in time where either we develop and meet self actualization or beforehand we experience an event that causes us to dissociate and see an outside perspective and allow transparency to come in.
Well, the transparency that comes in, are you suggesting that comes from external things or our view of what's
Very.
happening outside of us?
Thank you. That whether it's intrinsically or extrinsically, it's intrinsically, I believe it's all based off our motivation and what's been instilled. What is the driving factor in us that really resonates? But extrinsically, it can be from an outside stimulus, some sort of reinforcement.
The reinforcement, though, is that coming because of what's happening at that moment outside of you, or is that stuff that's going on inside of you that's causing this change in behavior? I don't think the character changes. I think one's behavior and or response to what's going on will change, but it's still character based. If you, whatever your character, whatever those values, ethics, morals are inside of you, at the heart of you, every decision you make, every response you have are tied to that set of your character, your set of morals and ethics, and what's truth and what's good, what's bad. All that shit that was instilled in you as a child stays there. And like I said, unless and until you have some crazy traumatic event, good, bad, or indifferent kind of event.
Mm-hmm.
Good events can change values and character. Bad events naturally can, but traumatic either way. That's just my thought.
So I can see that when we infer meaning based off the inner conversation that we have in ourselves that we constructed. But what makes it difficult to see for me is deciphering the reaction versus proactive engagement. I mean, I get our past is our past, it's already completed, and conditions of our past can be deemed relevant. But in the case of organic behavior, it's a matter of selection between choosing various alternatives in that moment of being.
Just getting one of the robocalls we were talking about. And usually I try to answer this guy. Hello?
This is an automated call from Amazon. We have detected some suspicious activity from your account. We found unauthorized login attempt. We strongly recommend please do not access your account on your device for security reason until your account will not get fixed. For more support, speak to our Amazon support team.
What's this?
Press 1.
You want to mess with them?
Sure, we can do that.
Oh, I need my phone. Hang on. I can't press 1 on this. But I have my phone outside here. Let's see if she might have already hung up. Yeah. And we were going to have some fun and get that person on the line because that's not Amazon. We know that.
Yes. Because
sorry about that.
No, you're good. Like, since that's being brought up with AI, I understand why the telemarketers or Google bots or whatever we want to say that's on the other line is calling. Is it because they're on it's a recorded line, so they're trying to get you to acknowledge who you are and whatever certain key things that you say, they will pull that recorded information and almost articulate a sentence to access that very account. By you acknowledging what they say, they can play it back to the actual Amazon and get into your shit pretty much.
Well, yeah, but this is what I believe. This is a pure scam. It has nothing to do with Amazon at all. There are people that are phishing, and so when you push 1 or whatever they told me to push to talk to somebody and get that taken care of, it's gonna be a guy that or a gal that is not from this country that we talk to. And I say that because they have a very heavy accent, or they just hire a bunch of actors that sound like people with this accent, which I doubt that's the case. Their job is to get you to disclose your username and password so they can hack into your fucking computer, and they're either gonna take money out of your bank account or use your credit cards, whatever they do with once they have your that's a phishing call is what that is. And they just send it out to everybody because, I mean, you may know 2 people in the whole world that have never ordered from Amazon, and that would be unlikely, but there's probably people that don't have telephones, which will never get called because they don't if they got called, they wouldn't know it because they don't have a cell phone. But anybody that has a cell phone probably has done something with Amazon, unless they live in a cave. And it's just like a lot of the email scams that come out. They just say, "Dear Bank of America customer." Well, I don't bank with Bank of America, but Bank of America has millions of customers. So they're going to hit some people that are with Bank America. They're also going to hit old people like me that don't have a brain.
That's what I was going
And
to.
they're going to call. I don't have a Bank America bank account. Why are you calling me? And they go, "Oh, where's your bank?" US Bank. I bank at US. Oh my God, we had the same problem with US Bank. Let me just get some information. We'll take care of it for you. This is what these I mean, and it sounds pretty natural.
Yes.
You know, we have your nephew here in the city jail. He's been involved in a hit and run accident, and he's either going to stay here for 30 days till we can get him in front of the magistrate, unless you can wire. You need to wire $500 cash here right now, and here's how you do it. Oh my God, Billy? No, not Billy. It's your other nephew. Oh, John. John is always getting in trouble. Yes, let me get that money for you. I mean, this is what happens.
Because it's public information, and what you just said is perfect. And I wanted to ask you if you compared yourself with somebody my age, as far as do you get more of these calls because the fact that they look at you at a higher age bracket and they're making the assumption that you don't know any better? Because I mean,
Yeah, I get certainly, you know, like the plethora of burial expense plans and Medicare Advantage and Medicare supplement plans and life insurance plans and, you know, adult diapers and, you know, all of the shit that goes with getting old. They know that because it's pretty easy to access people's age from public records. I mean, you can go to every state and get everybody's birth date. Okay. Uh, and you can put together databases based on age. So yeah, some of that's age related. The fish stuff, the way most of the people that with robo-dialers do it, they don't really care what age. I mean, unless there's specific Medicare scams or, you know, sales to take place. But otherwise, I mean, these fishing expeditions and just outright, yeah, great. I just need your credit card number just to verify your Amazon account. Oh, okay. It's this. Is that the Visa or is the MasterCard? Oh, it's the Visa. Okay, yeah. So let me give that to you. You know, um, it's just like I get this one hacker. It looks like it's AT&T calling me, and my wireless service is with AT&T. So I used to always answer the call, you know, and then I'd be talking to him, and just something didn't sound right, and you know, I would hang up, or here, what I learned to do is, okay, cool. Let me have your name and your extension number. I'll call you right back, and then I'll call AT&T's number, and you know, they don't give me their extension number. They generally hang up when I ask them to provide that information because they know they're not with AT&T. But because anybody can, it's illegal, but put on caller ID whatever they want. I mean, you could put the White House
yes,
as your caller ID. and say, "This is Donald Trump calling from the White House." "Oh, Donald, really? Did you vote for me?" "Yeah, of course. Didn't everybody? You won the election," it said. But I'm just saying, so old people are really vulnerable. And again, a well-executed scam that's going on today, whatever it may be, it if these people would just use their creativity for legal activities and for the good of people instead of to steal and screw people out of stuff, they probably could be very good business people, just doing it honestly and legitimately, you know? I didn't mean to go way off there, but
No, right there, what you just said. What if that is their definition of their truth to their character?
well, it's those there. I think then the definition of those people would be a sociopath, you know? Mm,
I'm just glad you didn't say narcissist. I feel like that
yeah.
is thrown around way too goddamn much.
Yeah, it certainly is, and again, I think a sociopath is way beyond narcissistic. I mean, I spent, several years of my life being a narcissist, but,
Love for you to go into that and tell me what was
yeah,
that like for you.
I was just a bad I was, uh, very unfaithful in my marriages, a couple of them, because I was narcissistic and immature and selfish and a number of other things, but I've never been, even during that period of my life, was I a sociopath. I knew right from wrong. I knew how terrible of a person I was. I knew how much I was hurting people, including myself. Um, but, uh, as a narcissist, it just doesn't matter. I mean, you're out, you know
You're able to switch off the understanding for right and wrong. It's almost like a duality.
Yeah, or it's like, while you're doing whatever you shouldn't be doing, you say to yourself for a moment, "I know this is not what I should be doing, but, it feels good." So you do it, and then you pay the price later from super guilt and from seeing the harm you're doing, to everybody you touch with whatever it is. I mean, narcissism is one example. I mean, addiction, is an addiction's a little bit different because it's an illness. I mean, I really believe it is an illness. So, like any illness, nobody chooses to get it.
Mm.
You're not good or bad because you have it. It's like any disease. Disease has no respect of anything.
What
Illness has no respect of anything.
I'm curious is the fact that we do live in this society now where people are claiming, what is it, polythamus, the fuck is this?
Pollyanna?
Pollyanna, where it's okay to have
Oh,
numerous lovers.
oh no, I know polygamous. Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay, and it's looking like just how the online dating is kind of impacting that to give us that gratification of, ooh, there's something more out there.
yeah. It can add to it. I mean, I will tell you, growing up in the era that I did, the 70s, the mid to late 70s, and up through the mid, maybe late 80s. It was when the actual sexual revolution happened. If you look up sexual revolution on Google, I mean, it's gonna give you some date ranges, and they're gonna fall in there, where it was rock and roll, free sex, everybody had sex with everybody.
Mhm.
There wasn't yet, HIV, there weren't herpes, the worst. Sorry.
Yeah, it's old age. Being 93. Ladies and gentlemen, here, Larry will be 93 February 12th, 2021.
And it could also be because I've been recording for about 4 hours straight this morning already, so, I've already done about 25,000 words, uh,
That sounds good.
and, still have 3 more hours to go of
Yeah.
recording, but, and not being hydrated properly.
Mm,
So, because none of us are, none of us drink enough water.
that is very true.
Um,
Before I forget to ask you, I know you're about to say something, and I want to cut you off, so I do apologize.
Cool.
And then we could segue back into what you're about to say. I would like for us to do an in-person recording sometime.
Sure.
Because I have this badass fucking like recorder that's handheld where you actually can connect an XLR mic.
Like a Zoom.
Yeah. Yes. That's what it's fucking called.
Yeah, I got one of those too. A Zoom. I have an H5. Yeah. I mean, they have a few different models out.
It's like all black. It's something black model.
Here, I'll show you. I have it here. I'm not using it right now. Well, not obviously, but
I just don't know what to fucking use it though for, because it's like
it's great. I mean, it's a portable. You can also use it as an interface. It's not as quiet as your
the Scarlett.
The Scarlett, no.
Oh, you got the old model. Hold on,
no, it's still current.
Really?
Yeah, they still sell the H5. This is the H5. There's an H4, an H1, and H2. There's the new one that's squarer. And then this capsule.
Ugh.
So I've got, I can put XLR mics in there.
Hell yeah.
And I can take this out.
Yeah.
Take the capsule off. Yeah, that's I don't know what the model is. Tells you right there. It's the H4n. This is an H5. So I got a couple more features. The H4n came out after this. The H4 came before it, but the H4n came after.
But why does yours look like from the 70s? Mine looks like it just came out in modern technology.
Because I have better mics than you. You have the consumer grade mics in there.
Oh.
Okay, this is a pro. It's not. I mean, it's pro quality mic.
It looks like something out of fucking like Dragnet, like
it's just not black.
Like an interview.
But yeah, these are really good. Or like if you're out and about and just want to record a bunch of sounds, to put in, sound effects, screeching tires, sirens, rustling leaves, whatever. I mean, these are really nice. And
interesting. I never thought of it.
They also can be used as an interface instead of a recording device, but they record. You're recording right onto a memory card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, unless you're using it as interface. And then you can take the card out, stick it into your computer, and do all the wizardry with Adobe Audition to the soundtrack.
Fuck yeah.
I have a lot of stuff.
Love to come over and try to record off this.
Yeah, it's a good little recorder.
Yeah. Can't run for me. I'm going to come over. I'm going to bring my bald head over, and we can kind of make the same sound of how turtles sound when they're fucking, and it's just like that's what we can just bang our heads.
Our noggins are melons.
Yeah, we're
absolutely. I've never heard turtles fuck before, but I know they do. And I'm thinking sea turtles fuck in the sea, but the land turtles are the ones that climb up on each other. But I don't know any of that to be true because I've just never fucked a turtle. Even in my crazy stage, it's one of the things I never thought much about. It just seems like it would be a hard cookie to crack, so to speak. No, I'm pretty sick.
Oh, I like it. I fucking like it. Larry, I wanted to ask you an interesting question. As far as for people that are looking for a mentor or trying to establish a relationship with one, what general guidelines could you give for somebody to start that process in mentorship?
That I think a lot depends on what type of mentor a person's looking for. Is it a personal, like a life mentor? Is it somewhere in the business realm, or if you are in the real estate business, do you need a real estate mentor that can help you excel in that business or
Mm-hmm.
whatever business you're in? Is it a personal mentor or a business kind of mentor you're looking for? Because I think you look for different qualities, and how you find a reliable mentor other than word of mouth references. You might look for different qualities in ways to determine if this is the kind of mentor I want. Let
Mm-hmm.
me give you a practical example. So I have a coach, a voiceover coach that's also my mentor, voiceover mentor. So when I need advice and I have an issue relative to voiceover, I'll communicate with that mentor. And he's been around for 30, 40 years. He's in the industry. He's well regarded by everybody in the industry. He's won all kinds of Emmys and Globes and very specific voiceover awards, in addition to those that Grammys, not Emmys. Um, that you would want somebody that's going to mentor you in the voiceover industry to have all of those credentials.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I was looking for like a life mentor, somebody to help me through the decisions we make every day about how we live our life, how to have a more purposeful, mindful life, more fulfilling life. I mean, I'd look for totally different characteristics. I'd probably want an old person. Not when I say old person, somebody that's had some experience in life. I mean, if I go to a 13-year-old and talk about the purpose of life, it's going to be totally different than if I'm talking to a 50, 60, 80, 90-year-old. And then you got other things if you're dealing way up in age, because their mental capabilities might not be as sharp as like a 50, 60-year-old person.
Mm-hmm.
Even for a 50, 60-year-old person to have another 50, 60-year-old person as a mentor, that works. Because after 60 years, you get some experience and you've been knocked around a little bit, and you've gotten up, dust yourself off, and you can offer some wisdom. So I'd look for somebody that has wisdom in the areas that you're trying to be mentored in. And does the person feel good about, do they want to be a mentor, and do they have the time necessary to share, as a mentor? I mean, there's professional mentors. I mean, people that are paid to be mentors, and there's also those mentors that say, yeah, I'd love to, be your mentor, and let's meet 4 times a week, or 4 times a month rather. And we can do it Zoom, or we can have coffee, whatever, doesn't matter. But
Mm-hmm.
so you guys kind of commit to each other that you're going to have this mentee mentor relationship, and here's what to expect out of it. You know,
Does
um,
that affect the relationship? Like, if we were to look at paid mentorship versus internal gratification of someone giving it away for free because they kind of see themselves in the individual that's requesting it.
yeah, I think it at the at the end of the day, to use that trite saying, if the mentor is a character-based person, it would be the exact same. And um, I mean, like I said, another name for a professional mentor might be a coach. Okay, maybe that's the difference. A mentor is not paid for their mentoring. A coach is, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I mean, you do get free coaches every now and then, but a lot of times a free coach is their values the same as what you paid for it. And that's not always true. But that maybe that's a way, at least for our conversation, to distinguish between a mentor who's paid, we could call a coach, okay, and those that volunteer to be a mentor to one or more people at any given point in time, because everybody's only got so much time per day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I know, one of the associations I'm in, there's we have got about 1,000, 1,200 members. And of that, there's about 400 or 500 that agree to be a mentor, a free mentor to the members. And they tell you, in the association, take advantage of these mentors, but don't take advantage of them. They're here to give you maybe 30 minutes a month.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's a lot of time from somebody that's mentor quality. You know what I mean?
Yes.
To take 30 minutes of their time, and then there could be 6 or 8 members that are all grabbing those 30 minutes. So over a period of a month, that mentor might spend 2.5 hours a month mentoring people for nothing other than the pure satisfaction of hoping to help those people, that with whatever wisdom and advice they share.
No,
But yeah, I know that was an open-ended answer.
I like
I
that.
think it just depends what you're looking for in a mentor.
And that varies between what you're trying to accomplish and what I have trouble. I mean, what I can see though, I can see the connection between a life coach versus an online business entrepreneur where you're trying to get mentorship from is understanding the philosophy that you want to have in yourself that can be incorporated in your business. Because if you look at an institution, all it really is just an attitude outlook.
Mm-hmm. It's the culture. Each business, each entity has a culture of its own, an attitude, an outlook. Exactly right. And as does each mentor or potential mentor. And that's part of the decision process is, are your guys' chemistry right so that you're comfortable being that person's mentee and that person's comfortable being your mentor? If in fact your characters are diametrically opposed, it's probably not going to work out. You would want to have congruence with character, really.
Mm-hmm.
Character and personality. Can I engage with this person? Am I willing to share a lot of information, detailed information? Are they willing to share that with me? Uh, do I feel like I'm in the principal's office when I'm with this mentor? Are they pretty loose and conversational? I mean, I think and everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is motivated differently.
But when we're looking at like seeking out a mentor, shouldn't the individual who is seeking out have the idea that the person they're talking to is almost a spinning image of them as their future self that they're desiring to be?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they aspire. That's a great point when looking for a mentor. Look for someone you aspire to be like in those ways you're looking to be mentored in. Or maybe even some areas that you're not looking to be mentored in, but those things of that person. And yeah, I mean, I'd want him or her to mentor me because I know I've seen what they do here or there in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That, yeah, you have this uncanny ability to boil things down to a really basic way in a simple way to look at things, which most people need that. So I'll drone on, and I'm verbose. I'm not concise.
Mm-hmm.
You're very concise with your thoughts, and you can take these are complex thoughts that
Mm-hmm.
you're able to verbalize in a pretty simple phrase. And that's a very cool talent skill. Yeah.
I think it's just, to me, I'm the youngest of 7, and I never had any information passed along, so I really don't understand a lot of basic things that people already do as far as with communication, of human relations and interacting with people. How do I establish a conversation? How do I get this person's attention? I have to go through an encyclopedia to understand it because it was never instilled to me as a kid, and it's my biggest struggle. Or it could be a double-edged sword where it's in my favor, but on how I view it, or it's my biggest weakness.
Well, again, I wasn't raised in your family, but just based on what you just told me, in knowing you to the extent that I do, you on your own struck out on your own, if you will, to learn these skills and talents, how to communicate with people, how to, you know, talk to people, how to be conversant with people, how to bring something out of other people, by way of questions, by way of intelligent questions. We learn so much from listening, so much more from listening than talking. Because when we're talking, we're not listening, and if we're not listening, we're not learning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds really basic and simplistic, but it's so true. And I was going to tell you, and we could actually do a few episodes on what I'm about to say, because when it comes to communicating, when it comes to understanding others, when it comes to feeling comfortable enough to engage another person and hopefully have them engage you, so there's that two-way communication. There's like 8 behavioral, actual observable behaviors that we can identify in seconds about somebody. And the entire world's population in one school of thought falls into one of 4 quadrants as far as personality styles. And each of those personality styles are subdivided into 4 more quadrants, because nobody's all one way. They have major tendencies here, but they have a little bit of this stuff too. And I'm not going to go label these for you yet, but there's 4 labels of these 4 distinct personality profiles.
It's a good cliffhanger right there.
Yeah, exactly. So stay tuned and learn those 8 behaviors so that when you meet somebody, you'll instantly at least be able to put them in one of those 4 quadrants, and then know how to communicate with them the way they want to be communicated with, rather than how we are comfortable communicating. That's the whole key. Make the other person communicate with the other person in the style they're most comfortable in communicating. Okay. And the rest of the cliffhanger is just simply this. That what I mean by that is, I'll just use this as an example. An accountant. Take an accountant or engineer. When I say this guy's a CPA, an accountant, or this guy or gal is an engineer, we all instantaneously have these generalizations. We think about a pipe smoking Volvo driving engineer, or, a little short guy with big thick glasses and a pencil and a big cheap tablet, the accountant, and they're very analytical and stuff. Well, you know what? The fact is that of all of the accountants in the world, about a fourth fall into each one of the 4 different categories. Okay. Think about presidents of the United States. Like, we could sit here because we both know some of the presidents of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And if you knew these 4 quadrants and the 8 behaviors that you use to determine what quadrant a person exists in most of the time, we could actually, have done, I've done this in the past, put these contemporary presidents into one of these 4 quadrants, and we'll find that of all the presidents, about 25%, about a quarter of each fall in each one of these quadrants. People think, well, to be president of the United States, you have to be very assertive, not emotional, until Trump. But, and straightforward and time conscious, all those things that will make a great leader. But we found Reagan's wasn't like that. George Bush W wasn't like that. His father wasn't like that. There's 4 examples, and they're each one in a different of the quadrants. And you don't even have to know the people to observe these 8 behaviors. You can watch it on television. You can hear it on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can pick it up from there. In the old days, people used to write letters. Today, we do texts and emails. But you can pick up a little about how a person is.
Yes,
from their writing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell if they're sarcastic if you don't know them. And I'm so sarcastic. A lot of times I knew people I'm sarcastic with, and they think I'm serious. They go, "Oh my God." And I go, "No, it's just fucking kidding, dude. It's sarcasm."
Mm-hmm.
But you can't read that.
I'm the same way, but much more in depth.
Yeah. Well, I get pretty in depth. It's just until I know somebody, I'm not going to be real in depth with people. I always let them wonder. My dad said I was a wonder boy. The more you look, the more you wonder. And it's probably true. I, for a long time, thought it was a compliment, but might not have been. I think it was. He was a pretty good guy, and he was kidding. He was pretty sarcastic.
When you're just correlating the relationship between the presidents and the quadrants, I wanted to say that maybe you have to be related to King James in the 16th century. I don't know if you're familiar with that, that conspiracy where all the presidents except Theodore Roosevelt and 45 is related to King James being an ancestral great grandparent.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon. I mean, you go 6 degrees back, we're all related, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard that conspiracy. It makes sense. I mean, if you go back far enough too, I mean, racially there was just, we all stem from one race, and it's not fair skinned at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, there could be some truth. These 4 quadrants, I'm going to just give you the names of them and think about them, because they actually explain quite a bit. So there's 4, there's 2 continuums that make up the 4 quadrants, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the one continuum, this vertical continuum, okay, is at the very top of it is what's called emotive. People that emote a lot. I'm sorry, the top part's control,
Mm-hmm.
and the bottom part's emote. So on this vertical, the higher up you are on that vertical,
mm-hmm.
the more controlled you are with thoughts, feelings, and speech. The lower you are in the continuum, and you'll see how it all fits together, the more you emote, the more expression and emotional part of your personality is there, the traits, your behavior. Then the horizontal continuum is tell assertive, ask assertive. I don't know which way how it comes through there, so I'm confused. But you have tell assertive and ask assertive. So when you put the quadrants together like that, you can see what is the upper left hand on your screen, I think.
This is my left.
Yeah, but you see where my finger is going?
Yes.
Okay, that should be your upper left hand side.
Okay, so this would be
what you're seeing.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, that's a good thing right here when we're recording, is to not to mirror the screens, but have them play what it sees.
Yeah, and see, I don't know which way they do it. What I'm going to do, just for lack of a better word, so it'll be, because it's really important concept here, and you'll be able to think about this, and it you can almost come up with the behavioral. observable behaviors that people exhibit that you can easily put them into one of these 4 quadrants. You won't be able to read my writing, but at least I'll be able to point and be correct. Okay. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I can recreate this graphic that you're illustrating here and put this in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So here's the 4 quadrants. I know this is small, but so up here, so the people above this line, they have more control than the people below the line. They tend to emote. When I say control, not when it's not that these people don't have control. They do, but these people are closed up. They don't share their feelings with you openly.
So
these people tend to.
Does extrovert?
You can think of it like that, but it's not. Okay. And 2, most people, you have to understand how they're defining extroversion and introversion. But so this is totally different. And just totally don't think about that as you think about these 4 quadrants. And so then you have over here the teleassertive people.
Mm-hmm.
They're more teleassertive. They'll say, hey, go get me a cup of coffee. These people over here, they want a cup of coffee. They say, hey, would you mind getting me a cup of coffee?
Okay.
All right. So teleassertive versus ask assertive. The control person is, you say, hey, how you doing today? The person that lives on this part, they're generally going to say, fine. When you ask these people, hey, how you feeling today? You would not believe what happened to me today. It's just been the craziest day I've ever had, because they're open and okay. These people up here, if you're sitting with them at a restaurant or in an office, they're the people whose hands are on the top of the desk like this.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting like this. And there's reasons why we have some body language going on. But I mean, if I'm sitting like this, you're probably thinking I'm not a real open person. Not that I'm hiding anything. I don't want to share my feelings with you. You know,
Our fathers created that.
it could be. It could be. So you got those 4 things. Now, here's what's really neat. Taking that little bit of knowledge I just gave you,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and we're going to put labels on this for the major quadrants. Each quadrant is, again, divided into subquadrants exactly the same way. So you actually have 16 squares.
Okay.
Okay. So this person right here is labeled a driver. This person's labeled an expressive. This person's labeled an amiable. And this person's labeled an analytical.
I definitely heard of this before.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's one of the most accurate ways to communicate with people, because you don't need the subquadrant. When you know these 8 behaviors that you can use to identify that driver, well, you know a driver's time efficient. You know a driver doesn't open up. They like keeping their feelings close at hand. They don't share them.
Mm-hmm.
Just get to the fucking point, dude. Just give it to me and I'll deal with it. A lot of people think you have to be a driver. You have to have a driver personality to be a successful leader. Not true. Reagan was an expressive. He's down here. He's still teleassertive, but he shares his emotions. He's open. Hey guys, I really hope I can help you.
Mm-hmm.
The amiable is your teacher, and preachers are generally people. It's not true, but when you think of amiables, those are the people that are trying to get consensus and really care about how you think, feel, and then the analytical is your CPA or engineer. It's just the facts.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that over the next week, and ways you could look at people and put them into one of those 4 categories, because that'll tell you how they're most comfortable being. Is that your dog, or do you have flies?
I have my dog. She keeps coming and going. Like, I shut the door.
You need to go outside.
Guest here as well. She's on the phone. East. Okay, you're gonna go Plotz. Plotz, go to your bed. Yes, I have my big fluffy labradoodle here.
Oh, cool.
She just likes to know what the heck's going on all the time.
What color is she?
Brown. I can move this camera here. Oh, Barley, Platy.
I see Barley.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, she's
She
chocolate. That's chocolate. That's better than brown. Yes.
she
Like you're a good dog. Yes, you are.
smartest thing like ever. I trained her in Russian. I trained her to be an attack labradoodle.
Right, right.
And she is just the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
I can imagine. Dogs have that ability.
And I grew up never having a dog, so I never knew the impact that it had on just the responsibility of taking care of a life.
Yeah.
And the moment I got her, it was just it changed me on a very deep level. Besides relationships and having a kid, which
Yeah.
that's happening.
It's very similar. And dogs just bring such a quality of life to each of us that's there is no other substitute. There is no other kind of love on earth like we experience with our fur friends, especially dogs. I mean, I'm not a cat person. I've met a couple cool cats, but they're totally, when it comes to dogs, they're they're just incredible beings. It's truly unconditional love. That's all they want. They just want to make you happy. Just, what can they do? They're just incredible.
Do that again there. I just want to see that.
I only do it once a day, and I just did it. Tune in tomorrow. I don't do it at the same time all day, every day, but that's why people are constantly coming around.
Larry, I want to give you just a heads up on the upcoming guest.
Hey, cool.
So for the next 2 weeks, I got interviews with so tomorrow is with Darren Shank. I probably butchered that. But he was a professional racquetball player. He
out
to be one of the top 20 in the world, and now he's the Arizona coach for women's racquetball. Also, an author, also a podcaster, and also a motivational coach / influencer. Him and I will be having an interview tomorrow. We have this one really grabs my attention. John Beatty, I believe. He's climbed Mount Everest.
Wow.
He's been in over 30 different countries. He's climbed the largest mountain in all those countries. And he's also the founding member of Matchmaker FM. So that is the what do you call it? The website that I'm using to get connected with guests for casting.
Cool.
And yeah, he reached out to me. He apparently loves our work, loves what we're doing, and he wanted to be on our show.
Cool.
Spread the word. We also have also TEDx speaker, and we have another TEDx speaker, Johnny Crowder, metalhead in the day, and mental awareness, self-improvement speaker by night. Really, really good guy. And we have Eric Twiggs. He's looks like to be a hypnotist.
Wow.
So we're going to get him on there. And we have 4 doctors as well.
You got a great lineup coming.
Yes. And I'm really excited this next few weeks, what's in store, and they just keep coming. And it's like, holy shit. I'm not good at multitasking, so I'm doing my very best to focus on the quantity correction, the quality.
The quality, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you've got some quality coming. Those are some quality people that'll share some quality wisdom, tips, tricks, hacks, you know. I know the lady that has the St. Louis TED Talks, and I want to do a TED Talk before I die, but I don't know what topic I want to talk about, because I could, spin some yarns in several different topics. But I might base it actually on communication, human communication, and draw from Wilson. That's the people that put together those 4 quadrants, that concept. It's a whole a predictive analysis of, if you buy into the whole thing, you would, have 5 people fill out this. There's 25 adjectives that they apply to you or they don't. They apply to you or you don't. And then you do that same adjective descriptor of you, and then you send them in, and the computer scores them, but then you have a psychologist that analyzes the score interpretation, and then gives you about a 3-page write-up about you and all of that stuff. That can be capsulized, so you don't need to know all of that stuff in order to put these skills together to communicate really effectively with people. And it all boils down to making that other person comfortable, communicating in the way they want to be communicated with. That analytical person doesn't want to hear about, how beautiful it is outside today, and it's sunny and there's a nice breeze. They want, what's the fucking temperature, and is it going to rain? Okay. So no, if I was dealing with an analytical and we were talking about the weather, that's why I said it's 63 out and there's no chance of rain. Versus, the sunshine, the sky's so blue today. It's got that autumn crisp blueness, and the breeze rustles the leaves, and it's really cool walking in the park. So that expressive wants to maybe hear that.
Yes.
So that's, once you learn how a person likes to communicate, then you communicate in their style. That's the second thing that Wilson does. They put you in a quadrant and subquadrant, and they teach you how you identify people in each of the main quadrants, but they also put you on a flexibility continuum, so that over here, this wiggly finger is an oak tree, and this one's a willow tree, because this is real flexible. Oak trees aren't flexible. Okay. So, and based on those responses, they put you somewhere on this continuum. So you're either inflexible, in other words, you don't have the ability yet to deal with somebody the way they want to be dealt with. No, I'm going to deal with you this way. This is the way I deal with people. Okay. And then you got the willow. He's totally wishy-washy. He's waffles. He's a fucking politician. He has no fucking backbone. You don't want to be at either one of these extremes. You ideally want to be mid to mid left. Okay, you want flexibility, so that even though I'm not comfortable dealing with that analytical guy, I know how he likes being comfortable. I'm flexible enough to put my stuff second to this guy, because I want to communicate with this guy, and I'm going to make him as comfortable as I can make him. I actually have the ability to be concise. I need to bring that analytical out by way of asking him questions, because he's very controlled. And I know these things.
That makes sense as far as trying for the analytical guy, because he's looking for something that's measurable. That is what grabs attention.
Yeah. He likes facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then if you can distinguish that from those categories within a 45-second introduction.
Right. So you got the driver. Okay. Remember the driver?
Yes.
Okay. So you got those 4 quadrants: the driver, expressive, amiable, and analytical. We just talked about the analytical. Also keep in mind a little clue. Okay. This is a bonus. No charge for this. If you abbreviate analytical, you end up with anal. So, that's a reminder of what accountants remind you of. So anyway, that's not true. I'm anal retentive in certain regards. But anyway, the driver's teleassertive and controls his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
The driver is very time-oriented, very bottom line, very win. It is very important for that driver. Doesn't really care about if everybody likes this, that what we're going to do. This is the way we're going to do it because I've analyzed all the facts from the analytical dude. I know how to lead the group to get to the objective we want and do it time efficient. Okay. The expressive is very teleassertive, but is emotes all the time. So like I said, think Ronald Reagan. He was very expressive, very feeling oriented, but very teleassertive.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking president of the United States. He could tell somebody what to do. Okay. Then you got the amiable, and we'll stay with presidents. Amiables are really friendly. They really need consensus. They are very ask assertive. They seldom would say, go get me a cup of coffee. They would always say, would you mind go getting me a cup of coffee, Greg? I really could use a cup of coffee. And they want to make sure there's consensus in the group. They don't care if they really get to the goal on time, as long as everybody's comfy with the direction they're going to go. That was Jimmy Carter, if we keep with presidents. Okay. Yeah, he was just a one-term president, but he was president. There's only been 45 of them, now 46 in the whole world, So it's just very few people attain that level of success. And so then those are the four major quadrants: your driver, you're expressive, you're amiable, and you're analytical. And most everybody's a combination of those two. That's what the subquadrant. But you don't need to know that. What's interesting to know is that and you brought this up at the very beginning of our session today, is when people are under pressure, when they're pressured for external pressures, internal pressures, combinations thereof, they end up in the exact opposite quadrant under pressure. So in other words, that driver, when they're under pressure, generally they behave like an amiable. The amiable acts and behaves like their drivers. The analytical will be real expressive, and the expressive becomes quite analytical. It's just, again, not everybody 100%, but it's about 93.6% accurate. That's, backed up into a corner. How does that person react? That, they generally the opposite quadrant that they exist in most of the time.
Wow.
Which it's interesting stuff.
No, I want to say something towards that, because I feel like I can just caveat on what you said, but there's like 100 things running through my head right now on where I want to go with this. I can't choose. I don't know where to go with it.
That could be a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because it's actually 109. When you saw me texting a whole bunch, that was because they weren't comfortable with that time, so we rearranged a different time.
Okay.
But I've got to get going now, because I'm going to start running late to what was scheduled at a regular time.
Larry, I appreciate your time today. I'm going to move our recordings to the Monday uplifts, and I would love to continue our talks. Like I really enjoyed just like that very question as far as mentorship and how that just went everywhere. I love that.
Yeah. Well, that's actually an interesting. Think about this, and then we'll go, because you just raised just something I just thought of. But when you think about people that you'd like to surround yourself with, like some people say, if you look at your message screen on your cell phone, look at the last 5 people you texted. Those are probably your centers of influence, if you will. the 5 people that have the most impact on your life, at least right now, if it happens over and over, that these are the 5 people you constantly see on your text list. That's one way of looking at it. But here's where I'm going with that is if you were going to surround yourself with 5 people, one way to do it is maybe think about the same characteristics you might look at in a mentor. Isn't that kind of the same people, have people with the same characteristics you'd want to surround your just everyday life with? Like, think about this. If you had 5, is it Barkley? Is your dog's name Barkley or Barley?
Barley.
Barley. Okay. If you had the 5 closest people to you were Barleys, okay, had Barley's personality and unconditional love and respect for you, and you gave it back to them, those 5 people, I mean, think what a wonderful world you'd have then. If everybody had the character of Barley. Because I don't know Barley, but what I do know about dogs, they have incredible character.
Yeah.
I've never met a dog that didn't, let me put it that way. And I've met a lot of dogs over my life. And now I'm not talking about the animal. No way I'm talking about the animal. All right. So let us leave on that point. And yeah, let me know when you want to switch to Mondays. Just send me a text with a day or two heads up.
Mm-hmm. No, we can record as much as we can. I'm going to release that on Mondays as our Monday uplifts.
Cool.
Because I've been trying to do solo and then yours and then an interview, and it's just
too much.
It's way too much.
Yeah. Cool. No, let's do that. And I've got the flexibility because with the exception of my remote sessions where I've got to be very time specific, generally I know what I need to do and squeeze it into my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So
send me a link, or I can send you a link to the Calendarly, and then I can just hit that every time.
Yeah. Awesome. Do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
It'll work. All right. Have a good one.
You too, Larry.
All right.